Hello everyone, and welcome to a new video series I'm going to be doing on this channel. Okay, now basically what this new series is going to be about, I know around 4 methods, and I just don't see many. I see many tutorials for these methods, but you don't see many videos just like giving you a brief explanation, so it's kind of hard for people to decide which method they really want. So what this series is basically going to be doing is giving a really short summary or overview over each method that I know of, and just basically explaining how fast it is, any of the pros and cons to it, and stuff like that. Now I'm also going to be doing this not just for 3x3, but I'm also going to be doing it for 2x2, 4x4, and like other cubes where you could get more methods. Now this first method I'm going to be talking about is Roux. It's actually one of my favorite methods aside from CFOP, and I probably would have mained Roux if I learned it earlier. Now, really briefly, Roux is a method that utilizes the M slices a lot. It has a lot of potential, and it is probably the best method aside from CFOP and all that kind of stuff. Now, Roux is the difference between Roux and CFOP, aside from how they're executed, is that Roux is more intuitive. It's less algorithmic and more, thinking. Alright, now since I'm just giving a brief overview, I'm going to go through all the steps, but I'm not going to go too far in depth with it. So, first I'm going to be scrambling. Alright, now the first step is building the first 2 blocks, which is basically, you don't do cross because it is different from CFOP. Roux is actually supposed to be rotationless, but I'm trying to do this through the camera, so I have to sort of rotate the cube. So if you really don't know what's going on, makes sense, just because this isn't supposed to be a tutorial, as I keep on restating. There you go. This is what first 2 blocks look like. You solve the left block and you solve the right block. This is basically a cross piece with your right cross piece with an F2L and your left cross piece with the 2 F2Ls. You don't have to solve the rest of the cross pieces that comes in the later steps. Now this part is similar to OLL, except you only care about the corners. So you want to orient the corners so that they're all facing up. Then you want to solve the corners, which is in 2 ways. Either one where there's headlights, so you do a T-perm, or one where there are no headlights and you do a Y-perm, which both will give you headlights around the cube depending on which case you get. Now this next part, is called LSE, meaning last 6 edges. So you're gonna want to solve the 6 edges on your cube, making them good edges. I'm not going to go in depth with good edges. Basically what you're just trying to make is the whole top or bottom layer, the top colors are either blue or green. So all 4 of these are bad edges. Oops. So this is basically what it's supposed to look like. It doesn't have to be solid green, it can be like green and blue, and it still count as good edges and all that stuff. Now the second to last step right here, or next step in LSE, is you want to solve your UL and UR edge piece, meaning this piece right here that's supposed to be with the yellows and this piece that's supposed to be with the whites. If you guys have a different base color, then your UL and UR edge colors are different from mine, but I'm just going to solve these. So this is what it should look like. Your 2 sides should be all solved, and only this middle part should be unsolved. Now there are a few cases for this last step. This is where it stops becoming intuitive and it's algorithmic. Well, it can be, and this is just a case I know, and there you go, it's solved. Now LSE is the intuitive part of Roux. And as you saw, LSE is mainly solved with M slices. Now after you solve your UL and UR edge pieces, I'm pretty sure there are a few rules, but I don't really remember them. So yeah, that's Roux. Now, during this little bit of solving, I'm not going to be explaining anything, I'm just going to be, I guess, talking. Now, some pros and cons for this method would include, well, I'll just go with pros first. Some pros is that it has a lot of potential to be a really fast method. There's still a lot of stuff they can improve upon in this method, and if you can see like some of the top solvers like Alexander Lau and stuff, they have really fast times, and this isn't even like a perfected method yet. So this has a lot of potential to be really great. This method is also great for those who don't really like being restricted by memorizing a lot of algs. It's good for those people who like using their brain, who like thinking a lot more during their solves. Other pros, I guess, would be you would sort of stand out from other solvers. Roux is getting pretty popular now, but it's more like 1 out of 10 people in the crowd would solve Roux. Like in a speed cubing crowd would solve Roux. It's kind of like that. Now, some cons would include there aren't many resources to help you learn from it. Roux is, as I said before, it's getting more popular, but there isn't tutorials that much on it. And also, since it's intuitive, if you're not good at intuition kind of stuff, then you're gonna have a bit of problems with Roux. If you prefer algorithmic, then yeah, this is not the method for you. Like, onto the topic about how this is more intuitive. Since it is more intuitive, the tutorials are pretty vague, I guess. Like, if you can tell from this video already, I did my best to try to explain LSE and all that stuff in a short time too. I'm pretty sure it was still confusing, and about that I'm sorry, but I'm gonna try to release a tutorial on this, so I'll explain more in there. But as you can tell, it was a pretty vague kind of explanation. You don't really get a grasp of it. You really need someone to be there in person to tell you what's going on. That's literally the only way I figured out Roux. Now, some top Roux speedcubers, I can't really name some off the top of my head. The only one that comes into mind is Alex Lau and my friend who's basically sub 20 with Roux. But yeah, those are the pros and cons for Roux. Now on to other matters not pertaining to this video. I did have an unboxing and I recorded it and all that stuff. I'm not gonna make an excuse and say, I'm not saying this is always an excuse everyone uses, but like right now for me it is an excuse. I did not lose any footage on it. It was just really bad quality, really horrible audio, and lighting was so bad that I just didn't want to release that to you guys, because I did have really bad videos, but I did my best on them. This video was really, you know, I didn't put much effort into it. I just turned on the camera, slurred my voice, slurred my words, and then just prayed to God that the video quality turned good, but it didn't. So I won't be posting an unboxing, but just for you guys that are wondering, I unboxed a Bochuang and Weight 6 lube from the Speedcube shop. So you should be expecting a 5x5 review and comparison between the Yushin 5x5 and the Bochuang. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and also in the comments please tell me if you need me to clarify on anything, if you want me to improve this tutorial, or if you're a better Roux solver, tell me if I made any mistakes and correct me on that. I will try my best to fix it. And, you know, just positive stuff, any video ideas you have, any questions. Now I will be posting more videos like this for other methods such as ZZ, Petrus, and not even just for 3x3 as I said before, like Hoya or Yao for 4x4. But that's all I have time for today. If you really like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see all of you in the next one.